Well. I've been building it up for the past few months and the past few days. We have reached the 30th episode of Multiverse Wars. Man, I can't believe there are 30 episodes already. I mean, after this, they might as well be 1,000. But now, this is going to be the battle that you have least expected, and the one that I've built up after the Yellow Flash being the other opponents, like Thanos, Homelander, Superman, and more, including Azathoth. This is going to be a battle between two of the yellow speedsters that cause nothing but destruction in their wake. Reverse Flash from the DC Universe, and my very own creation, Yellow Flash from Burnout, originated as a Jansen toy P12, and now coming into the Axle Shifter like fucking Multiverse for say. And this is probably going to be Yellow Flash's most exceptional opponent because I think they have a lot of connections. Of course they do. Yeah. Both speedsters are yellow, both go fast, and both have set their life goals to tormenting a single person. For Eobard Thawne, it's Barry Allen, and for Yellow Flash, it's DJ Atomica. Yeah, remember him? He's the announcer for Burnout Paradise. So yeah, both have pretty similar color schemes, of course. Both can go extremely fast, both are very powerful, and both are pretty insane. So yeah, this is a pretty fitting match. Probably my most fitting yet in the Multiverse War series. Well, I wasted time already talking about these two and their origins, per se, but not really diving into them enough, especially with the latter opponent. So without further ado, let's get done with this within a flash. Reverse Flash, also known as Eobard Thawne, is one of the several different villains within the DC Comics universe. He was born in the 25th century, and unlike today, he grew up idolizing and beloved the Flash. He even studied the legacy of the Scarlet Speedster. However, as he learned more about his favorite idol, Eobard soon discovered how his own life was linked to his very own idol's heroes. So he was destined to become one of Barry's greatest villains after he went on his different adventure. And after that revelation led to Eobard losing his mind, and when he eventually replicated the chemical accident that granted the Flash his powers, Eobard took on the new identity, that being Professor Zoom, aka the Reverse Flash, a reverse of everything that the original hero stood for. Granted, now with his powers, he has similar facts, the same exact powers as the Flash, including new abilities such as his connection to the negative speed force and his ability to travel through time. And he could even travel to any point in history, and he's even capable of just tormenting Barry throughout his whole life, but he can't kill him because it will prevent him from existing. But without further ado, now let's discuss his several different feats throughout the DC Comics. Firstly, let's start things off with speed, of course. He was so fast that Batman himself stated that Thawne's speed and time-traveling abilities could have been days for the Reverse Flash, and Barry assumes that he could have ran all across time and space itself before his death. And Barry even says that Eobard has always been fast, even faster than Wally West, including himself. And despite his claim to be the fastest man alive, he would still even admit that Reverse Flash is faster than him. So that's already an extremely impressive feat of speed and statements. He even has some impressive combat reaction speeds, as he matches Barry Allen's speed in his early career, though he does eventually lose though. But it wasn't a horrible loss. He was still able to hold his own against the Scarlet Speedster. He even rips apart Flashpoint's Batman's letter to Bruce extremely fast, of course. He also casually blocks an attack from the Wally's West and dodges his lightning. He even casually catches Wally's fist through his what he wanted, really. And Barry Allen's girlfriend, Iris, tried to attack Reverse Flash, but it was pretty much useless because he just easily dodged it. He also is capable of even catching Barry off guard by grabbing him by the throat. And as for his durability and intelligence, let's first start off with intelligence. As for his IQ, he was smart enough to build the greatest prison in the multiverse and caught its only inmate. He's even using his intelligence enough, and he was the only one to give the clown a gun, leading to Hunter shooting down the path to become Zoom. He even states that he is a master of time travel and can use his knowledge to prevent paradoxes, alternate timelines from destroying other timelines. Now his durability, he can take a punch from Negative Flash, shrugs off a punch from another Negative Flash, and is completely fine and pushed through time and punched into the ground by a seismic earth. And he even takes a blast of lightning to the face by the Flash himself. And he's even perfectly fine after being slammed to a machine at the Flash Museum. He even endures a vortex attack from Barry, and even eats 2 punches from the Flash, and is also fine after being slammed to a wall by Gorilla Grodd. So as you can see, this guy is absolutely no slouch, and he can easily endure many things that can hurled his way. However, despite being extremely intelligent, durable, fast, and generally powerful, he does still have his fair share of weaknesses. For example, they're just standard human weaknesses. Despite his incredible power, he can still get damaged and even injured. And he can even die, but he can always regenerate himself thanks to the negative speed force, and revive himself and come back to life. He also lacks enhanced durability when not moving. He also has this constant obsession with Barry Allen, to the point where he could pretty much do anything if it means torturing Barry and his life. But now that we're done with the Reverse Flash, we're going on to the Yellow Flash, my very own creation for this channel. You see, Yellow Flash is from the Burnout series, and he's basically a toy Jansen P12, a toy version of the original Jansen P12 from Burnout Paradise. However, in my version, he's actually much more powerful than just the standard toy version of an already existing card in the Burnout world. He's actually created by DJ Atomica himself. You see, DJ Atomica was running low on the Burnout series ever since it got canceled and just basically died. And several things tried to recreate it, like the dangerous driving and the recent recreation, but those all would probably fail. Well, dangerous driving did, and well, recreation most likely will, unfortunately. So DJ Atomica created a backup plan just in case that would ever happen, ever since he first heard about it. He created Yellow Flash, all in order to just make sure that the Burnout series would somewhat get past this cancellation and dying. But unfortunately, it just wasn't the case. But Yellow Flash still grew to be very powerful. But ever since then, he has been growing resentful because he's been racing for his entire life, trying to revive the Burnout series, but only to fail with no results. And because he's mad at DJ Atomica, he wants revenge. You see, now let's get into his biology, I suppose I would call it. Yellow Flash is a stunt-based car, and his boost type is a stunt type, which means that anytime he does like an insane stunt like a flat spin or barrel roll, he gets more boost. And as you can see, he's actually been nicknamed the Frisbee, well, the toy Jansen P12, not Yellow Flash himself per se, because he is so excellent at performing flat spins and barrel rolls. And he's even capable of doing road rages and standard races, and even capable of winning, well, without holding back, of course, because he usually just allows the other racers to win, because that would be pretty boring if you can just speed blitz every race. And speaking of speed, Yellow Flash is easily capable of time travel just like Reverse Flash, because in Yellow Flash vs. Homelander, the Flashster actually manages to go back in time when Homelander was just a baby and managed to kill him when he was a baby, therefore erasing Homelander from existence, basically. So he is pretty easily fast enough to easily capable of reaching such time travel worthy speeds. Yeah, sorry about that little error there. But now let's get into the Yellow Flash's other different several feats. First off, his feat of beating Thanos, the one that started everything. In his battle with Thanos, Yellow Flash first encountered the Mad Titan on the stock oval racetrack, the old one. And as for more of his feats with Thanos, he was capable of surviving not only blows from him, but attacks from the Infinity Gauntlet as well. And keep in mind, the Infinity Gauntlet is very powerful and is easily one of the most powerful items within fiction. But however, it does also contain gems inside of it, of course, as we already know if you've seen the Gauntlet in all different forms of media. This includes the Power Gem, the Time Gem, Reality Gem, Soul Gem, Mind Gem, and Space Gem. The power one allows you to grant unlimited power, strength, and energy manipulation. Time gem allows you to time travel, freeze time, and manipulation of your age, in conjunction with the other stones. And with the reality stone, you can easily rewrite existence and alter reality, and doing so without the other infinity stones. And with the soul gem, you can easily alter a person's core being personality and access the collective unconsciousness. With the mind gem, you can manipulate someone's mind through telepathic or telekinetic power. And the space gem, it eliminates distance through teleportation and manipulation of space. So that would mean that after Yellow Flash beat Thanos, it will be only the smart decision if Yellow Flash absorbed all the energy from these gems. And it's actually something he did. That could explain all the other insane feats he does to other characters, thanks to his time traveling and the defeat of Azathoth. Yeah, remember that? Speaking of which, let's talk about Azathoth's encounter with Yellow Flash. As you don't know, Azathoth, also known as the Blind Idiot God and the Lord of all things, he is seen as the creator of, well, all of existence. And he's also speculated that he's in a dream, and that dream is our reality. And if he were to ever wake up, that reality, that being ours, would be gone forever, essentially. So Azathoth's power reaches absolute infinity. He is seen as even more powerful than some of those powerful beings in all of the universe, and even existence, really, and even more powerful than Cthulhu himself. But yet Yellow Flash and Yellow Flash vs. Azathoth not only managed to match his power, but even beat it in the end. Now, how did he do this? Well, this is also thanks to his meme abilities, which he's now become aware of ever since he's become a part of the Axel Shifter YouTube channel. His meme powers allow him to basically survive almost anything because, well, it's a meme. Who exactly cares about memes dying or anything? They can easily come back, or just they could be dead forever, but still, that meme is extremely powerful. Yeah. Now let's talk about Yellow Flash's intelligence. Well, the toy Janssen P12 has been around since the early to mid-2000s, before the 2010s, but Yellow Flash is still pretty intelligent per se because he has a lot of knowledge when it comes to racing and basic knowledge, as DJ Tomica did install it into that, because the sentient car himself is a replica of the human mind, per se, his electric mind, because he is of course a vehicle, not an actual human being. But still, he's even outwitty enough to outwit the FBI while he was chasing him in Yellow Flash Invades the FBI, my video. And as you can see, the FBI is trying their absolute hardest to try and catch Yellow Flash and take him down, but it's just not working as he outmaneuvers them. Now, it did take some difficulty. I mean, he's not at his full power here, and this is the fucking FBI, but still, he's still been able to escape them and just win in the end. However, despite what you may think about Yellow Flash, considering all the different several feats and opponents he's defeated, and all the power-ups and power he has gained, he still has some weaknesses. For example, in the Burnout game itself, he can still be taken down with enough force, and while not at full power, he can still also get taken down by other people, such as DJ Tonka himself, because he actually did turn him off at some point in his development because he was just too powerful and it was too contained. But ever since then, he's had a lot more difficulty trying to turn him off, thanks to a certain failsafe into his body that DJ Tonka installed into him. So, yeah, that's really about it for weaknesses, per se. Other than that, Yellow Flash is an extremely powerful character that I really created, per se. And yeah, he's just a meme. An insane one. But a meme nonetheless. And a powerful one. Well, this is it, everyone. It's time we talk about who would actually win this battle between the two Yellow Speedsters. Now, Reverse Flash might be Yellow Flash's most diverse opponent yet, because he pretty much has a similar backstory, similar, well, color, because they're both yellow, exactly the same color, but just different shades, and the same amount of abilities, such as his super speed, super strength, time travel, enhanced durability, IQ, but not as much as Reverse Flash's. But in the end, with extremely high difficulty, I would say, I eventually would say that Yellow Flash would be the winner of this fight. Now, don't get me wrong, Reverse Flash is absolutely no slouch here. He's quite possibly one of the most powerful opponents that Yellow Flash will ever face in his lifetime, and he will absolutely give him a hell of a fight. So much so that he might even tire him out. But still, in the end, Yellow Flash would eventually be taking the victory in the end. Because for starters, he beat Azathoth. Azathoth's power is absolute infinity. You just can't beat that. And Reverse Flash has shown to die on several occasions in the DC Comics, such as him being stabbed by the post-crisis Batman, Flashpoint Batman per se. I mean, not the post-crisis one, because that would be a stomp easily if that was the case. But also, Yellow Flash has a lot more useful abilities, thanks to him absorbing the powers of the Infinity Stones from Thanos. The Power Gem, Time Gem, Reality Gem, Soul Gem, Mind Gem, and Space Gem. He could pretty easily control Eobard's mind and basically turn him into a nice person. Or, if he didn't already have his time travel abilities, he could easily use the Time Gem to stop time. I don't think Reverse Flash has shown the ability to stop the rest of time itself, only go extremely fast. Yellow Flash can even manipulate Eobard's age and make him age to the point where he becomes too old to move. Or he can just easily go back in time himself and stop Eobard from ever even idolizing the Flash in the first place, or just killing him before he was even born. Now, you could say that Eobard could easily do the same thing, but he probably wouldn't know. He also has the power of the Mind Gem, Yellow Flash does, as the Mind Gem can easily increase your intelligence and access to every mind in the universe. So he can essentially allow him to probably read Reverse Flash's mind. So now he can know all about the negative Speed Force and the Flash himself, Barry Alvarez and Wally West, and about their origins, really, because Eobard would, of course, know about them since he was a huge Flash fan before absolutely despising the man, but still. So, because of his extreme abilities, also time traveling abilities, and just more absorption powers, I'd say, I would eventually assume that after all of this different trouble, the groaning amount of a long battle this would be, I would say that Yellow Flash would be the winner, though it would be extremely difficult. Man, now this is the 30th episode of Multiverse Wars. It feels like a week ago since the first episode came out, Superman vs. Metro Man and all that. But now we have reached 30 episodes of this series, and I hope we can reach more to come, everyone. Thank you all for watching this series and this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.